Yo, what is going on guys? This is Swerve here and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. So because today's video is going to be a lot more well organised, in the background you're going to see a compilation of all of these DLCs, trailers and all of that we've got, with a few cuts in between showing you some evidence of why I think this week, as in whenever it's going to be Monday. Currently I'm recording this on the 14th, probably going to go live on the 14th, but whenever the next Monday is, which should be 15th, 16th, 18th of November 2018, I believe following from the 18th of November, it could even be the 18th of November, we could be announced the next big DLC for Jurassic World Evolution, if this is the case. So it's a bit obvious that it seems like every 6 months or around that time, we are going to be getting a big DLC for Jurassic World Evolution. Obviously, I don't want to put words into Frontier's mouths. At the end of the day, it's their game and Universal's game as well, so it's up to them how they organize it. But by looking at the evidence, it looks like this is what happens. So over a year ago, we got announced the Secrets of Dr. Wu DLC, which obviously brought you the Spinoraptor, Ankylodocus, what's the other one? Stegoceratops, Allura Titan, and Troodon. And it also brought Isla Muerta East, Anticana Research Facility, and a Advanced Storm Defense Tower. I think that's everything. Very well done to me if it is. But yeah, so over a year ago, on the 8th of November, we got announced that the Doctor Wu DLC was coming to Jurassic World Evolution, and in 6 days' time from the 14th, as I'm recording this, would be the official release date of Secrets of Dr. Wu, which was the 20th of November 2018, which was our first big DLC and pretty much our first DLC, I think, minus the Fallen Kingdom DLC. And yeah, so it was very exciting and it was very nice to see. So I probably put a few screenshots on there showing you when the release date were. But yeah, so as you can see, it was announced on the 8th of November. And it was released on the 20th of November, 12 days later, I believe. Yeah, 12 days. So it roughly took about 2 weeks to announce. And then we move on to our next big DLC, which was the Claire's Sanctuary DLC. This was actually announced on the 3rd of June 2019 and then released 2 weeks later, or yeah, 2 weeks later, 15 days later, I think, on the 18th of June. If my maths is correct. I can't do maths that quick. Anyway, but yeah, so it was pretty much another 2 weeks. And if we add an extra 2 days on the Doctor Wu DLC, that would have been another 2 weeks there. So it's more or less around 2 weeks' time that we are going to be sort of having these DLCs after it being announced. So it's very exciting to see that Claire's Sanctuary DLC was announced announced on the 3rd and released just over 2 weeks later on the 18th. And then Doctor Wu announced on the 8th and just under 2 weeks later released on the 20th of November. So what could there next be, and why am I making a video talking about this, and why have I got this evidence? Well, again, we are going to be talking about, let's just break the ice here, it's most likely going to be 1993 DLC, has been leaked and seen in the in-game files and all of this and found and discovered. It's fairly obvious that this could be the next big thing, and the reason why I think it's going to be announced during this week is simply because if you look at the, let's say, credible leaker with quotation marks, shall I put? I'm doing it in my room right now, but you guys can do it. The credible leaker, who's pretty much got 95-98% correct so far on what he said, did say it's around November time, December time. Now, if we do start for next week, we've pretty much only got 2 weeks left of November. So if they are to do this DLC in November, then they may as well announce it next week and then have the final preparations and get good advice from the trailers of what people think. Have it all publicized and ready for then public release 2 weeks later. And then again, if it's early December as the leaker says, then they could be preparing it. They could announce it late next week and then have it released 2 weeks later or just over 2 weeks later for early December time, around the 3rd or 5th. For some reason, December the 5th and December the 3rd are the two dates that have really stuck in my head. Obviously for no reason, it's just what my gut's telling me, but I do hope it is going to be November time that we do get to see a next big DLC. But this is very exciting news. Obviously, we do wish for more sort of like teasers towards this before a trailer comes by or something like that. Like, I think the best time that Jurassic World Evolution social media ever had was during the teaser time, where every Tuesday before update 1.7 we were teased something like the new photo thing, the new Carnivore DLC pack. We were teased all of these things and we didn't really know what it was, and we had to look into the image. Like, I remember one of the images was the camera laid down right in front of a Stegosaurus little toy, and nobody even thought of that until we realized that that was the photo mode or the capture mode that we have, and that was very, very cool. Everybody thought it was the Carcharodontosaurus skin on screen. I knew it wasn't, because it was just the same skin as the basic skin, just with a different brightness and contrast, because I always love doing my brightness and contrast in thumbnails. But yeah, so we didn't really know. We had to look into it, and we were told that that was the capture mode right after, and everybody was like, oh, okay, that was very cool. And we do wish that this happens more often. I'm not going to lie, personally, I do wish for these things, because it's really fun to sort of look deep into an image and see what people think, and see what I think, and see what others think. It's just exciting to see what happens. But yeah, moving back onto topic, the next big DLC, I do hope will be announced next week. We don't really know what it is, but kind of do. But I am holding on hope that this week will be the announcement, so we can get it in November time, or maybe December time. Personal reasons for me, because I have a very hard amount of exams coming up for university during December time. But nevertheless, obviously YouTube will be straight up there with university, and as soon as this DLC does come out, no matter what it is, I'm definitely going to be doing playthroughs on it. So if you guys want to check it out, or you love Jurassic World Evolution, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell notification, ready for this announcement. But I'm very excited if it is going to be announced this week. Obviously, the social medias have been quite quiet recently. We have to wait and see exactly what their goal is, and see what they plan to do. And I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by myself, because I like, you know how I like thinking about all these logical things, adding pieces to the puzzle really easily, and I just think it all makes sense for it to be announced next week. If it does get announced next week, then I feel very smart. The last time I felt this smart was saying that there was going to be an aquatic or aqua feeder, because in the Claire's Sanctuary, well, no, in update 1.8 we saw in the background there was a feeder in the water, and everybody was like, oh no, it's nothing, it's just a reflection, it's actually this sort of thing. And everybody pretty much said no to me, but then I think the next day or the next 2 days later it was announced that we had fish feeders that we can put in the water, and I was like, wow, I feel very proud about myself. So yeah, I felt really happy about that, and I do, obviously it was a bit logical thinking because it looks squared and everything like that. And again, with the announcement of Claire's Sanctuary and what I said was going to happen in it pretty much came true. The herbivore pack pretty much happened, and how I said that these last two JPOG dinosaurs should technically be in this pack. I use all of my logical explanations and answers in my head, and I'm like, that adds up really well, suspiciously really well. And another one that's come to my head is obviously this, what I'm talking about in today's video. So yeah, if this is the case, I'm going to be a very proud guy. I'm going to be very happy about myself. And as soon as the trailer goes live, depending if I'm at university or not, I will obviously have my own reaction to it out as soon as possible, and I'll make a video as soon as possible. And you guys know I'm going to go ham on those videos. I'm going to bring up the content levels a lot more higher, because obviously I'm really stressed for time. Like, I'm struggling to upload every day because of university, so I'll go speak to them about that. But at the same time, I'm still working hard for you guys. I'm looking at all of this evidence. I have so many Planet Zoo builds, if you are interested in Planet Zoo, that I really want to do, so hold them off my phone. I've got loads of little video ideas that I want to do after these mini series that I'm doing on Jurassic World Evolution, and obviously I've already made logos for new parks after I finish Jurassic Coast, so I'll have to wait and see about that. But at the same time, I think that's it for today's video. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good video. So reflective on what's happened. Over a year ago, on the 8th of November 2018, we got announced the Doctor Wu DLC, and everybody was really excited. Then 12 days later, just under 2 weeks, we got released on the 20th of November, the Doctor Wu DLC in 2018, and it was essentially 2 weeks. Then we move on. 6 months later, we get Claire's Sanctuary, announced on the 3rd of June, and then released on the 18th of June, just over 2 weeks later. So it's a bit of a pattern that these things are happening every 2 weeks. Now, why I left out the small dinosaur packs is because they're either released on the day, or like the herbivore pack, it was announced the day before, and then it came up the next day. So these big DLCs obviously they want to build more hype and get more income from it, which makes sense from a marketing point of view as well. So obviously having 2 weeks to spare before it's released does make sense, and the reason why I think it's going to be 2 weeks or either next week is because the credible leaker, again quotations, says it's going to be happening in the late November / early December time, and it's pretty much late November if they announce it next week, and early December if they announce it late next week. So it does make sense that this week could be the week that we see a new announcement. But anyway, that's all I've got time for you guys today. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you have any ideas or any other logical explanations to when we could see a trailer for this next big DLC, please let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you guys really enjoyed my content today and you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button as well. I'm going to try and hit 8,000 subscribers before 2020, and please try and get me to that. That's all I ask for, just to be at 8,000 subscribers before 2020. That honestly would mean a lot to me. And if this new big DLC happens, and I tend to happen to hit 8,000 subscribers before 2020, obviously I'm going to be giving away this new DLC if it's a DLC. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Obviously, like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. It's been Swerve, and peace out.